Namaskar and howdy y'all. So in this video I'm going to be going over some of my trail running tips. This is very basic stuff, not a deep dive. I'm going to do that in the future. Just a little background on me though. I've been trail running since I was a teenager. I am now 44 years old and I consider myself to be in pretty darn good shape. Trail running is such a great workout. It's just, you get all this beautiful scenery and it tests your whole body. But it is also very hard on your body, especially on your feet and your joints, all the way from your toes to your head. So again, this is just very basic stuff, but please stay tuned as I think it might be helpful for you, especially if you're middle-aged like me. Here we go. So tip number one, while you're ascending or climbing up on your trail run, I like to think of my posture in my body kind of like a rattlesnake or a cobra that's coiled up. It's just ready to strike. Or a boxer, right? A boxer isn't just leaving himself fully extended and open. He's allowing himself to defend himself if he needs to. The reason why is we'll see this in the next freeze frame, but it allows for a more powerful extension as you're jumping up onto something higher, right? A bigger leap, a bigger jump. And especially on this kind of trail run that I'm doing, this actually happens quite a bit in certain parts where if I feel like I'm almost like hunkering down, quote unquote, it allows me to release more energy when I do need to jump up on something like a higher rock like that. Here's another part of my trail run. You can see I'm almost hunched over a little bit, right? And again, that just, for me, feels like I'll have more power and more stability, which is safety, while you're ascending on your trail run. It's easy to trip and fall if you're fully extended, in my opinion. So tip number two, while you're descending, this is where you need to be a lot more careful, in my opinion. There are a lot more opportunities to catch your toe, trip, slip on something, and really biff it hard. So the way I like to think of this is I think of equestrian jumping horses. They have amazing power, right? But they also have really great proprioception, meaning they know where their body is in relation to the space around them. And so like with their hooves and legs, when they go over a beam, they're aware of where it is. But if you ever look at them, even though they're power jumping over something, parts of their body, like especially their hooves and their legs, go a little bit softer, a little bit lighter, not like limp necessarily, but this is very important because you don't want to power run down. That is very hard on your body and your joints. I mean, it is jolting. So you want to go lighter. You want to run a little bit slower. You want to have less power in your footsteps. So you keep your feet just a little lighter. You're stepping, your footing a little lighter, but you still want to have good control and awareness of where you're stepping because again, you could easily roll an ankle. So here you can see it's almost like I feel a little bit lighter compared to the ascension where I'm kind of like, coiled up, ready to strike. This, I'm very light-footed. Number three, footing and footwear. Both are extremely important. The rest of this video, you're just going to see me mostly on the descent. You can see me needling my way through, right? I'm trying to find the path of least resistance. And good experienced trail runners are scanning ahead constantly, 10, 12 feet, and then back to their own feet. And they just keep going back and forth so they can kind of start to make a plan of where am I going to exactly put my footing. Right? Because there's some things like slippery rocks where you got to be careful, right? Or there might be crevices and little nooks and crannies, right? Where you could easily trip. Or even like what you're going to see here, I saw that there was a big jump down and I want to go easier on my joints because again, I'm 44 and I just want to live as long as I can and not have severe joint pain later on in life. I've already had major hip surgery, not a replacement, but they had to do a lot of work. So I want to be kind to my body, but trail running is great. You can see this path is also full of tiny little rocks, right? These shoes that I got, even though they said they're trail running shoes, they are not the greatest. I am definitely going to be getting a new pair because I can feel every rock that I step on. It is not fun. And again, you want to take care of your body, but this is such a great workout. It's so beautiful. I highly recommend it if you can get good footwear.